announce we have a sponsor for this year's volleyball in our area coverage. That's going to be Quez at the Kia store. He has stepped up and sponsored not only the entire county, but this entire coverage area of Average Joe's. And very huge and very happy to bring him on board. But with that being said, we're going to start our coverage off with the Southside Panthers because Coach Brothers has been a very important part of starting this volleyball coverage. Her and I have been talking off camera for, 2 or 3 months trying to set this up and how it's going to look. So I definitely want to start with her team, and very noteworthy. They're one of the best teams in this area potentially every single year, and this year is going to be no different. So I'm going to start and let these young ladies introduce themselves, starting with Coach.
I'm Courtney Brothers, and I coach at Southside High School.
Hey, I'm Ziniah Hardy.
I'm Macey Herren.
I'm Hannah Rogers.
I'm Keelan Vice.
All right, Coach, I want to go right back with you. We just talked about this a minute ago off camera. At this point, let's rewind the clock. At this point last year, we didn't even know if we were going to have a season, and let's just call it what it is. It looked very different than this year.
Right.
Talk about the difference from 1 year ago to what we're seeing now, just in your program.
Well, about this time last year, we were just getting ready for tryouts. We couldn't even have a tryout until July 26th, 27th, something like that. So we hadn't even been, practicing, hadn't had any play dates, any camps or anything. Just kind of like once or twice a week skill work, and that had to be with, anyone who was interested for trials. So we were just now getting started this time last year to where we, started June 1st this year.
From a coaching standpoint, last year, how frustrating was that, and how uneasy were you approaching that, like mindset-wise? Because that had to be way different than what you're used to.
Yes, because it was very frustrating just because you didn't know if you were going to have all your kids at practice, during matches and stuff. And so we just really didn't know if we were going to have a season. It was just kind of going, back and forth with numbers. We started out with Macey was, she had contact tracing. She never had COVID, but she was, first day of practice, I think. And it was the time period where I think, were you quarantined like 21 days? 15 or 21? It was that first time period where it was very early. So she missed our first, 2 weeks of full practice, and I think the first 2 weeks of our matches. I think she missed 8 matches, very crucial matches. We had a couple of area games or matches going on when she missed that time period. So that was frustrating because you never knew who you were going to have at practice. You would get phone calls throughout the day say, hey, we've had 50 kids quarantined because of contact tracing. So we were fortunate on that part to where we never had to shut down our whole team. It just kind of hurt us in the beginning, and then it hurt us in the end. So we didn't have any, that was, I guess, a good part on that. But you never knew it was a day-by-day basis.
Did that kind of put you behind the 8 ball, so to speak, for the entire season?
Yeah, because we still had our workouts in the summertime, and that was about it. But we didn't get to have play dates. We didn't get to have any kind of camps going on just to see what, our potential could, possibly be. It wasn't just us, it was everybody on that. So, and I know everybody, does things differently. They some people will just, totally disregard the rules and have tryouts early and just, keep on going. But we try to do, things the right way. And so it did. I don't say it put us behind. We just didn't really know where we were going to be at. But we still continue to work out. And that was basically it. It's the only time I got to, see those kids was just at workouts.
Man, that's crazy. Now we're going to start right here. So with what Coach said, kind of tailing off that from a player's perspective, describe that time last year when you guys were up here just doing workouts and didn't even know, you didn't even know who your teammates were going to be at that point.
Well, we just had to really overcome it because when Macey wasn't here, like she said, it was a crucial time, when we really needed her. But we just came through it and we tried our best.
Same question.
Well,
From your perspective, that would be very different.
yeah, that whole time I was quarantined, I couldn't put any work in. I had to stay in the house. I couldn't really talk to them about how things were going. And so when I came back, it was kind of tough because, it was only 2 weeks, but it really, affected, me physically. I was really winded when I came back. And then, it was hard to get back into it, but I kept pushing through eventually, and we got things going. It was rough at first.
Did you find yourself wanting to walk around the house and hit a ball up there and things?
No, I actually did a few times. I'd go outside and against my garage.
There you go.
Working together as a team was definitely different because, like, with this summer, we have time to figure out, if something's not working, we've got time to fix it. Last year, we were just kind of thrown out there because we didn't know who our team was until right before season started. And so we really just had to figure out things on the spot. If something wasn't working, it had to be fixed right then because we didn't have the summer to put it all together.
It definitely makes sense.
Yeah, I think it was hard because we didn't get to get the chemistry over the summer like we did this year and the years before. But I think we did a really good job at coming through it and kind of figuring it out as we went. And I mean, all the teams had to do it, but it is difficult because you're not getting to be like, okay, she's going to do this she's good at, we can put her there. Like, we weren't able to figure those things out. So doing it during the season did put us behind a little bit, but we did get it going through it.
We're going to start right back here with you. Was there ever a point last year when you guys felt comfortable with your lineup and you was like, okay, it's finally clicking, or did that ever happen at some point last year?
I feel like once we had most of the team back, like we got Macey back, and we kind of got more comfortable because we were like, okay, now we're not missing somebody. Because when you're missing somebody, it just all feels thrown off, and you're like, the person's missing. And once she came back, we started to get back into it and be able to figure things out a little bit better. But I really don't think that we were dead set until close to the end of the year.
Absolutely. Same kind of question for you.
Yeah, I would agree with Keelan, definitely. I just think once we had everybody together, we were good. But when someone was missing, it was hard because sometimes we would have someone younger pulled up to fill their spot, and then sometimes it was just moving around the team we had. And anytime you move somebody, that changes everything. Because for me on the back row, when I'm back there with Ziniah, I know what she's covering and I know what I'm covering. And then when you throw someone new in, we don't know what the other person's doing. So
absolutely,
when we were all together and we had our full team, we were good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't have said it better, like, once we all, came back, and then the next few weeks after we finally started to gel together, that was really when it started turning.
Yeah, and I thought the way our team works, we all have to be together. Like, we all have to play together. Everybody has to be on their game for us to be good. So, I feel like if one person's off, I feel like we all are off. I don't know, it's just a weird thing that we have going on. But
kind of like a family.
Yes.
Coach, what did you learn about your team last year going through that? Because that had to be difficult and frustrating for you, them as well, but you also grow from things like that.
They handle it pretty well, I thought. It could have been a disaster on, both ends on that part, but I think, they did. When we started coming in, we had, protocols we had to go through. They handled everything that we asked them to do on a coach's standpoint. And so I think they came through it as best as that we could. It wasn't the season that we had hoped for because we had, unforeseen circumstances that happened at the end as well. But I think they did a great job. And these four right here are my glue of my team. Even as juniors, even as sophomores, they were still that glue. Because I've had them since they've been babies. So they stuck together, and that's what helped us get through the season on that part.
Now, Ziniah, I'm going to start with you on this one. What coach is saying you guys have been the glue, even as juniors. What does that mean to you personally? Know that she has that much confidence and trust in you personally, and we'll pass it down.
Well, it makes me feel like she really does trust us, and we show her that she can trust us. I feel like whenever we're playing stuff that I feel like whenever we're playing stuff that we just work hard, obviously, and we show her that we want to be on the court.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's able to trust us and depend on us as much as she does because we show her, on and off the court. We've all been close, for the past 3 years, so it's really helped, being able to work together really well, and we've all played our part and stepped up, when we were called upon, so it's really helped her for trusting us.
Absolutely.
we all have the same goals too. We all want to make it as far as we can, and none of us want to let Coach be down. So I think at the end of the day, like, we're not only playing for each other, but we're also playing for her as our coach.
It feels good for her to say that, like, we're the glue, but I don't think there's any of us four that would ever be, like, okay with losing. So, like, even the years before when we've been younger, like, we've still all had that drive to want to win. So when we do get down, us four, we're not going to let ourselves just fall apart. We're going to pick each other up. We're going to try to pick ourselves up because we don't want to lose.
Makes perfect sense, actually. Coach, I'm going to start back with you. We've been around several volleyball programs, but you guys work out a little different than most. You brought in CrossFit and obviously paying off for your girls. Can you talk about where that came from and how long you guys have been doing that and what you've seen since that's come about?
Well, it came about because I do it. I know sometimes it doesn't look like it because I like to eat, but it's just something that, and I've always just, been in a routine of working out and stuff, and then this kind of popped up. I saw it in the newspaper, still came out, I guess it still comes out, but it was an ad. Brett Ellis had an ad of a women's only, class, and so I was intrigued, and so I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And so it started from a women's only class, and then I kind of like moved on up to the regular class of CrossFit, and I've enjoyed it. It's just a different workout every day. You don't realize that you're getting cardio in, even though you're lifting weights. It's a lot of body weight stuff, and so I guess I've been here since my 7th year. So the 2nd year when I came through, we started it with Brett, and it paid off just because of the atmosphere that we're in. It's in his workout facility there's no air, so it's hot, it's steamy, just like our gym. So it helps us in the long run with endurance, to play through. If we got to go 5 sets, we're going to more likely be the top one because we're not as tired. So just they don't realize he's like, oh, we're going to do a cardio day. They're thinking sprints, run, No, their cardio day is, with kettlebells and, burpees and stuff like that. So they get a lot more cardio than what they're thinking they're getting in. And so just in the past and, in the future right now, it's helping us just to get through matches, endurance, and just, being, stronger. A lot of us has gotten quicker. Because this year's the first year we actually continued, and he came up here this off season to help with our basketball and any, athlete who wasn't in a spring sport. So we pretty much continued January, and then we're still rolling in it. So it's just beneficial.
That's pretty awesome. He's very well renowned as well, and not only in this area but in other areas as well. From your standpoint, being a player and going through that, talk about your experiences like through these workouts and how they've helped you individually.
Well, whenever we're at CrossFit, I feel like it is making me stronger, get me stronger. Because when we do cardio, we work our core. It really helps whenever we have to go up and hit the ball by using our core, and also just our legs being stronger as well from squatting and all of that. You use that your body most of that. So.
No doubt.
Well, I can definitely say I was a lot smaller my freshman year compared to now, and I can definitely credit CrossFit for that because I can tell now, like when we have I can come up here and work, I can feel myself hitting harder and I'm able to jump higher, and I can just feel it all around. Playing volleyball, I'm stronger, and I noticed it CrossFit.
I definitely have noticed a difference in my strength, but also with my movement on the court because of the work that we're doing in CrossFit and always having to be low on the court, and that leg strength has definitely made a difference in the way I play.
Mine's a little opposite of Macey because I was a little bit bigger coming in, but I feel like it's definitely toned me up, and like they said with hitting, from even looking at pictures from starting off on JV and how high I was getting up off the ground to now, it's a really big difference, and it's all from CrossFit.
Do you feel like the work you guys put in is different from other schools, though, honestly?
Yeah, because when you hear about the other schools, they're like, yeah, we squatted, yeah, we did this, and I'm like, Yeah, but we did it's like Russian twist with a medicine ball, and we're doing hanging knee raises and wall balls. Like, we're doing crazy stuff that y'all have no idea. But in the long run, it does help us a lot.
Absolutely. Same kind of question for you. Like, just seeing what you guys do as compared to maybe some of your friends at another school. What does it look like?
A lot of my friends from other schools are always like telling me their max of like very strict workouts, and we're doing so much movement at CrossFit. And I honestly don't know my maxes because we'll do like 5-rep maxes, just always pushing ourselves. And our weight's not that far off from theirs. We're still getting lots of strength. It's just the difference in cardio compared to what other schools are doing.
That's right. You guys are timed while you're doing it.
And I feel like us being there with like an instructor, like we're more zoned in, and like he's able to like help us with like our form and stuff. Because like you can do as many reps as you want, but if you're not having like good form or anything, it's not going to help you at all.
Wasted.
So I feel like with him, it's helping us like not hurt ourselves and then like get good reps in. So I feel like with him compared to like free weight and like a weight room or something, we're getting better.
Because, I mean, there's probably about 30 of us that are in there with basketball, too. And so, you know, we do have a smaller weight room up here, but, you know, if it's just me and Coach Nails or Coach Shaggers, you know, that's hard for us to all get all those girls in. You know, with Brett, too, that's an extra set of eyes that, you know, he's helping to make sure, hey, especially the younger ones, they pretty much know, you know, what to do and stuff with the younger ones. He can help with their form more as we, you know, we're watching, making sure they're doing everything, you know, correctly. So it's just, you know, that extra set of eyes that helps.
That definitely makes a difference because I'm not calling any names. There's certain schools I've been in we've been watching very closely workouts this summer, and you can see the difference in the schools that win and the schools that lose, and it's literally an inch on a squat, or it's rounding off when you're supposed to be, you know, or letting up before you pass the line. It's just so minute. You never know it unless you're there watching. But Coach, I want to fast forward to this year's team and these girls that you have so much trust in and potential with these girls. Talk about this year's team and how these summer workouts have been going and how you guys are preparing for this season coming up.
Well, summer workouts to me has been going great. We get 2 days a week. And, you know, if they miss for vacation and stuff, you know, we want them to have their time with their family and all that, and they know to get their workouts, you know, made up and all that. And then we have open gyms once a week. They come in and we usually bring a group of boys in to help scrimmage. You know, we do a little skill work, and then we scrimmage our guys sometimes.
You guys kill the guys?
Most of the time they do. Most of the time they do.
Well,
They
they
help
made the
us.
rules.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
It's
You
easy.
favor them, obviously.
Yeah, they get like 6 or 7 hits on their side. But, you know, we mainly do it just for of them hitting harder at us, blocking. You know, it helps us with our blocking and stuff and coverage. So it helps out a lot on that. And then we went, you know, we got to go to team camp this year up in Gunnersville. It was a great experience. We got to play a lot of the teams that we're going to see throughout the season. So it had a lot of skill work in the morning time, and then we got to play like our play dates. And then we hosted a play date at our place last Friday, just to get to see some teams and get to play, because we just didn't get to have that experience last year. You know, just get back into the routine and all that kind
How
of
awesome
stuff.
was that to have that at your place and not being able to experience that last year?
Oh yeah, I mean it was great because we usually try to host one, you know, each summer, but it's just like, man, everything was just couldn't do nothing. And so it was nice to have a gym full of people and not have masks on and all that kind of stuff. And then this week we go over to Gadsden State on Tuesday for just another little play date. There's going to be several good teams there to, you know, just to see what we got going on. And then next week starts our full official practice that we'll have. You know, we'll be going, you know, for our full blast of practice, and we'll still be working out, all that good stuff. And in the meantime, in this summer, you know, we call it our summer tour pools. We go to the pools of some of the girls, you know, just to hang out, team bonding and all that kind of stuff.
Like
So we
swimming
try to-
pools?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we just, you know, hang out, you know, we provide them lunch, all that good stuff. Just to,
How special are those days?
they're fun.
We have some fun.
Yes.
Who has the best dive?
Me.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Vince is awesome.
Like on a diving board or just running and
Yeah,
jumping
off
in?
a diving board.
And running off of it. she goes up and down.
Yes.
Like it's slow.
Yes, it's majestic.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's awesome. Coach, let me ask you this now. When you start actual practice, like preparing for the season, how much different is that going to look than what we've been seeing in the summer workouts?
Oh, they know I'm a time person, so we have a planned schedule of what we got to get done and accomplished that day, and it's pretty much nonstop for we usually go for an hour and a half to 2 hours of practice, and they know if they come in and work hard, hey, we'll go for an hour and 45, and so they usually get the work done, and we're in and out, but we got certain things that we want to go over. It's just not play. It's not like a scrimmage or a play day. We got to work on certain things, and it's the same thing during season. After we play a match, there's things that we write down that me and Coach Jagger sees that we gotta work on. But kind of going back to your question a little bit, what I foresee with this bunch. Number one, I'm probably like the most excited about being for a season, and I think part of it had to do with COVID. Our COVID season, we just didn't get to have all this going on, and then. Our schedule this year, I feel like, is probably one of the toughest schedules that we've had since I've been here 7 years. We get to go play some top-ranked, teams, just not around here, but, we go up to Madison Academy and play them in Spartan. We got a loaded schedule. And it's like I always tell them in the beginning, I could care less if we're, 500 or if we have a losing record, as long as it helps us in the end for our area tournament. That's our ultimate goal, because once we go into area tournament, we're 0-0. It makes no difference what your win and loss record are. So I'm excited for them. And this bunch right here, there's not many days they don't either text or call me and Coach Jagger and say, hey, can we get a gym open? We're not having to beg them to go in. It might just be one of them, and they'll go hit balls off the wall or whatever they need to do. But this bunch that I have right now is just there. You have just absorb volleyball. They just want to get in the gym as much as possible, because in reality they know that it could be taken away, because they never know. And so I think last year kind of helped them see that, hey, we're gonna get in the gym every chance we can get in. And so they've been working their tails off, and I've been very, very pleased with what I've seen with this summer so far. So we're excited.
So like she just said, it can be taken away at any time. Is there more of a sense of urgency with every practice, with every game?
Yes, and we play it like it's our last. We practice like it's our last, and we always give it our all, no matter what.
Yeah, as much as I'm ready to get going, I don't want it to fly by because it's our last season. But from what I've seen this summer, I'm excited for what we can do if we all keep working hard and playing together, because I know we can go far with the talent that we have this year.
Absolutely.
Last year really did make me realize, like, any game could be your last, because I played our last tournament and then got quarantined. So I missed area. And, I had no idea leaving that tournament that was going to be my last time playing as a junior. And so this year going into it, I text Coach B every day asking for a gym. And I'm working as hard as I can, because I know, just like last year, it can get taken away at any moment. Whether that be an injury or something with COVID, I don't know when it's going to be my last time. So I'm just really working as hard as I can and playing every game like it could be my last.
Absolutely.
I feel like she said, we've absorbed it so much, and none of us want it to end, and it's already our senior year, so it's flown by. So this year we're trying to put in as much work and everything, because if it is our last, we don't want to feel like we let the team down with our last game. Like, we want to be able to, if we have a last game early, be like, well, we put our all into it.
Left it all on the court, so to speak. When you see Coach go out and schedule people, like she said, like Spartan and people like that are powerhouses perennially, what does that mean to you personally, knowing that she's not backing down, she wants the best for you guys?
It makes me realize how much she trusts and has faith in this team that we have this year. And we know it's going to be hard. It's not going to be just like a walk in the park. But for her to have enough faith in us to know that we could go up against those teams and at least give them a good game, it means a lot.
We know that she has confidence in us, and just that she believes in us. And I think I speak for the whole team when I say we're all very excited for it. And we like to be challenged. We don't like games where, it's kind of like, I don't want to say boring, but they're slower. And, we like, especially for me on defense, like, I love when girls hit at me hard and I have to challenge myself, like, to play harder. So we like the tougher schedule.
Yeah, and like seeing that, it like establishes like more confidence in us as a team because like we can compete with these teams and we can win the games because we have all the talent in the world. So like seeing a schedule like that, it really just encourages us.
Yeah, and I'm very excited because I love competition, like, and it makes me play even harder when I'm on the court.
Now, you guys are talented across the board on this team. How intense does the practices get? And is there any trash talking? We're going to start right back here with you. I want to hear this. This is
I
going to be
wouldn't
awesome.
say we trash talk.
Is that true, Coach, or she just...
They really don't.
They don't?
Sometimes they will. You got one down the end that maybe will.
Yeah,
All right. So,
but yeah.
does it get intense, though?
Yeah, it does. Say if we get split apart, like in groups, say me and Macey are on a team and Hannah and Keelan are on a team, we're like, oh, y'all are going down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
They don't like to be split up when we're scrimmaging.
Really?
Not
No.
everybody.
We like to
like
dominate.
Really?
Yes.
I love it. So you guys have a pack mentality. You don't want to, even at practice.
Yes.
I love it. That's awesome. Let's start right back down here, and I want to ask you guys one last question, and I'm going to ask Coach one last question, and we'll shut it down. Your senior year, it's a very special time. I mean, I know you can't hit reset on this year, but talk about, what's your expectations your senior year and how you want it to go.
I mean, the team that I've already seen us playing this year, like the way we're playing together and the chemistry that we already have, I have a good feeling that we can go really far and that we can accomplish a lot. And I have big goals for us, and I know all four of us have a main goal of making it to state, going for that state championship. And in my head, with the talent that we have, I feel like we can do it.
Yeah.
Just making it as far as we can go. But overall, I just want a positive season all the way through. Our whole team gets along very well, and I just want us all to enjoy the game and enjoy our time with each other because this is our last time playing.
I just, like Keelan said, like the goal of making it to state, but I just really want us to work together this year. Last year, there's times when it felt split up and we weren't really working together, but with the bond that us and then everyone else on the team has, I know we can all work together really well and gel, and so I know with that, that'll make us play better and make it further than last year.
Yeah, really what Macey said, our team was more of group here, group here, group here. And in the long run, it really hurt us because we weren't all together. We weren't working as a team. And just like our last game, we played spring ball. And it was just a lot of I don't know, not good things that shouldn't have been done on the court. So.
Okay. Now, Coach, same type question for you, but you don't even have to explain this. The confidence in this team's got to be astronomically higher just due to having your hands on and practicing. But your expectations, if you could put into words, for this season, your expectations for these girls and this team.
Really and truly, we didn't really lose a whole lot from last year. Again, my four people right here, and then we had a couple of sophomores that played pretty much a good bit, and then a freshman. So we're all coming back. We got just like they've all said, a good group, and I think a lot hurt us last year because we didn't get to have these days to hang out. We didn't get to have these times together, and even though we might have one or two on vacation here and there, they're still close knit, still all together, hanging out, all that kind of stuff. So my expectations for them are very high. This season, I expect us coming in with some fire and going out with some fire. So that's they can. It's all up to them. They can be the best they want to be. That's what I always tell them. Me, Coach Jaggers, Coach Middle, Mitchell, forgot her name for a second. We're their biggest cheerleaders. We do all the work. The first 2 weeks of practice. Helping them do this, do that, and then once they play, it's up to them how they want to react to things in good or bad situations. We're going to be there for them in the good and bad times, and they just sometimes they don't realize what their season can be, just how high that they can set the bar, not just for them but for the younger ones coming in. And so that's I can't say enough about them, really and truly.
That's awesome. You got a good core of girls who don't want to be apart from each other. They want to pick on the younger class. Just kidding, ladies. Good luck to you guys moving forward this season, and definitely going to see a lot more of Average Joes this year, and get Josh in here with the high dollar camera and get you guys some really good pictures. Thank you guys so much, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.